Comrades, welcome back to Subnautica. This game has now finally been released and we can play the full release version. I am very much looking forward to it. I wonder if anything has changed. I have not yet had a look, so we will find out together throughout this series. At any rate, let's have a look at what's happening here. We still have the batteries that we just recharged. I think we can put away some of the things. I see the ping manager thing needs to be switched off again. The live pod there. That happens every time, but it's not a problem. I think what we need now is actually the laser cutter. I think that was the agenda firstly for this episode. Let's just have a look. What does it take again? Tools. Okay, so we need a battery and some cave sulfur. That should be quite easy. So let's just see, what do we have in our inventory right now? I think some of these things we can put away though. Some of the gold, for instance. And some of the diamonds as well. We just need one after all. Then the titanium I don't think I need right now. The gold, the silver, the ruby as well. So we actually need a bit more storage space already. So let's see, cave sulfur. Now I didn't even notice if we had it already. Yes, we do, so we don't need to go and find more of that. And a battery, we have one right here. I know we should make a new one, but this is the easiest right now. And will that be enough? No, we still need titanium and 2 diamonds. Okay, that's different than I thought, but that's fine. We have no problem with that. One more, and then also I see there's a piece of titanium that can just be made from that metal salvage, so we can do that first. Good, now let's see. Laser cutter, at last, another piece of vital equipment that is needed for our quest. So the propulsion cannon is also going to be quite important actually, especially when we start to head towards the Aurora. That's not really a... What's making that sound? Something's smacking something, but anyway. No, that's not going to be necessary right now. Once we get to the Aurora, of course, that will be very important. So let's grab the other batteries. That's very... much needed right now. I think we still have a lot of equipment that does not have power. Number 3 should still have. Number 4 has no power. And was there anything else? Well, we can swap around the batteries as we need to. So I think that's okay. We are going to find many batteries later on, so I really am a bit reluctant to make more, because later on they are a bit unnecessary with the ability to recharge them and all of that. So I think let's just have a look. How much do we need for the various lockers and things again? Floodlight, that would actually be nice to have. So only 1 piece of quartz and 2 titanium. So let's see if we have enough for that. So 2 of those, and then that should be that. So let's make some more lockers on this side. I think it's very good to make some space preemptively, although we do need it already. So let's just see. It's now not going to match perfectly with the alignment on the other side, but one does what one can. And that's one, and the other one more or less on the same sort of alignment. Let's just see. It's inside that white stripe there. Good grief, this is always very finicky, but I think that's pretty decent right there. And we could just for the sake of it put another reinforcement in the middle. Now I see these are outside of the white stripes, which is exactly the thing with the building, but I'm not going to take those down now. It's fine, it's a little different, but you know it's not always going to match there. We have a new message though, but what do we need for the reinforcement again? It's titanium and lithium. I just want to see how much of it. 1 lithium and 3 titanium. So, lithium, do we have any more left? I don't think so. Another message. No, I don't think we do. No, all of the lithium was used for our ultra high capacity tanks last time. But that's okay, we don't really need to worry about that right now. We have enough reinforcement on the base here. So let's put away the magnetite and I think the other piece of titanium. We should now only get what we really need for this expedition to the rendezvous site. So one of the things that we will need, oh there's the flashlight. Okay, I'm taking this with us because I can't always use the sea glide for that. But yes, we will have to swap around some batteries there. So, good, that's quite appropriate actually, because that's our next objective. So we might as well drink this. I'll save the last bottle and also the cured food. Now I just wondered, do we have any salt left? Does not look like it. 1 piece, okay, and some of the, no, not table coral, I want the big coral tubes. Just so we make some more water, and we also need to get some more food before we go. So there's the giant coral tube sample, which I think is pretty much infinite, so we can keep using that one. And we will need fish. Saw a shadow there. You will do. Thank you. And maybe 1 or 2 more. Actually 1 will probably be enough. Thank you. No. Sometimes they don't want to volunteer. There we go. So actually I took 2 now, but they go bad very quickly. But if we eat the other one on the rendezvous site or at the rendezvous site, then it should still be fine. So let's just prepare this and go on our expedition. So I'm going to leave the radio messages for today. That's something we can look out at another time. Or, you know, we can listen to it, but I think we really have to focus on the rendezvous site. Alright, so the food, some cooked pepper, and that should actually also give us a bit of water, so that will round us out nicely there. Another one. Okay, so let's have the fresh ones first. Yes, so the other fresh one we can eat on the other side. It won't take too long to get there. So I think we're essentially ready now. So, what's the message? Okay, is that the only message? Looks like it. Now where is this? Let's find out. Number 12, 250 meters. That's relatively deep, but it's not too much of a problem for us. We've gone down into the mushroom caves anyway, but I think this might be a bit too close to the radiation. We'll leave that for a future episode. No, that's definitely towards the Aurora, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, so that's definitely going to be in the radiation zone. Let's just make sure our tanks are full here. See there? Could have been caught out. Never a good thing. I have no idea when this series is going to end, because it ends when I die. So, let's try and avoid that. Anyway, let's go towards this rendezvous site. They said we're going to meet other survivors there, and that sounds interesting and good. So, let's see. Of course, we had to look after our initial survival first, as everyone should. Like they always say on the airplanes, you must put your own oxygen mask on first before you try to help anyone else. So if we're a bit late to the rendezvous, it's fine. Of course, I'm role-playing a little bit, but that's not an issue. Let's just see if we can find any potential base sites as we go towards this rendezvous. Ah, the water is so murky. Maybe towards this end. We have more than enough power, food, water, everything that we need, so we can take our time here a little bit. You know, building on one of these ledges might not be too bad. It's so interesting because I think previously we could see far into the distance. Now it's just a murky sort of, you know, open area, and it's quite frightening because you don't know what's lurking out there. But of course I do know, but still we do pretend. What about somewhere in here? I don't know, we couldn't fit a base in here perhaps. But this would be, wow, this is a nice area. You know, somewhere in here in the murky depths of this sort of cave system between these giant creep vines. I'm gonna drop a beacon here. I like this place. It will be a real challenge to build down here because it's such a limited space, but still. I'm just going to say potential base site number 1. And I know it's not really, it's not really that far away from the outpost, but everything is relatively close by when you think about it anyway. So let's see, potential base site numero uno. Good, I like this. It has that sort of sheltered feeling, but also it's still relatively open, and you still can admire the scenery and the creep vines and all of that. The other option would be to build somewhere like this, and then we can actually see what's going on around us. But I want to build, I want to build a bit deeper than 20 meters. There's a lot of possible sites here. Even like on top of this outcropping. Ooh, there's another biome. Yes, now I know where we are. So this leads down to whatever those things are. This is the deep reef, I think, or the grand reef. So we'll have this drop off right here. Yes, but we're not ready to explore there. And we get another message. So now we go across the unknown, and we're heading still another half a kilometer towards the rendezvous site. And the water does look so beautiful. It's sparkling now. Yes, now it's really, if you've never played before, it gets really frightening because you don't know what is happening down there. 300 meters, and we should have a peek above the surface now. Yep, and there is the island. So this is of course the floating island, and it is held aloft by these giant what are these things called again? That's nice, the rocks falling off there. I suppose one day this place will crumble into pieces. Let's see if we can scan this thing. Yes, an ancient floater. Oh, that's nice. I love the effects of the sort of rocks coming loose and things like that. Oh! Phew, I had a bit of a fright there because it looked like this thing hit the sea moth and it was in pieces. Don't do that. Alright, now we should find a landing site somewhere here, a nice beach area. Yes, no, this is not the one I'm thinking of. We could stop there, but there's another one right here. This is a good one. Although, that said, we are looking for the rendezvous site, and that is in the middle. But of course, if you're coming here the first time, you'll have to sort of walk your way in. Now, where is that? This place is not as big as it appears at first. Strange. Where is the opening? Maybe we'll have to know. There it is. Okay. So, there is our coordinates, but where are the survivors? Of course, we are still alone, but one can hope, I suppose. Rendezvous voice log. I think because this is such a major story element, we're going to look at this right now.
Picking up multiple energy signatures on the island's surface.
That is suggestive. We'll have a look at that. So, where is this download? Aurora survivors and the voice log. I'll play this. This is such a nice feature that they actually speak now.
We have to board the Aurora, repair the long-range comms, make contact with the other survivors. We can't be the only two that made it.
Those are not the orders the captain gave me, and they are not the orders I'm giving you.
This isn't chain of command, it's survival.
My obligations as acting commander don't turn on their convenience. Get out of the water.
If I get into trouble, I'll send you my coordinates.
I can't let you go alone.
Then come with me.
You don't leave me much choice.
Received emergency transmission from Second Officer Keen, 2 hours after last activity.
Rendezvous was a failure. Intercepted a transmission from Altera HQ. Seems they sent a data package to the Aurora. We were intercepted by a Leviathan-class predator before we could reach the ship. Consider the CTO and I lost at sea. Be safe. Keen. Out.
Well, this is the first time I'm seeing this, so this adds a lot to the storyline here. Well, that is a tragedy. But on the one hand, they had enough time to make this message before the Leviathan gobbled them up, or ripped them to pieces if you want to be more graphic. But yes, okay, so this tells us that we basically, our next step in the story is to go to the Aurora, because there's a data package waiting for us, amongst other things. But also on the way we should expect some resistance, so we have to be very careful. I don't know if they've tweaked this. I always had a strategy of reaching the Aurora, but that might not work anymore. If you just stick to the surface and you go like crazy, you should make it every time, but maybe that's not applicable anymore, but we'll find out. So, chain of command, etc., so they both died, but I guess it was a good idea to go and have a look at the Aurora, to try and repair the comms there. So nobody else made it, just those two. Those were the lucky ones, and then of course they were unlucky, but that makes us the winner now of this lottery. But who knows how long until our story comes to an end, which is the interesting thing about the whole hardcore mode, because now if we die, then we basically become like them, you know, another failed attempt at survival. So let's have a look at this island, since our computer here told us that there seem to be some signatures here. Yeah, it is a lovely sight though. Certainly after being in the ocean for a while, you do appreciate land again, especially with all the plants. Bio-luminescent trees and all of that. Yes, we should also be scanning things like the bulbo tree. Very valuable resource, this one. We'll read all of that a bit later. Let's just take a sample. Apart from being an admiral and a spy, I'm still a scientist as well. So who says you can't multitask? Ming plant? Good. Let's see, anything else I see here? Nope. Alright, so right now it's just an interesting sort of biological expedition, but then we see, whoa, what's that? There's someone else here. And of course we have to investigate. Jaffa Cup, I don't think there's any practical value to that. Now, which way do we go? Ah, voxel shrub. These are very nice for decorating the base eventually. Water is getting a bit low. Let's take care of that. Pink cap. Again, I'm not sure if there's any value to that other than decoration. I don't know if I should have picked that up, but okay. Let's go from here. That's always the thing, I still get lost on this island. So we park down there. Luckily we can't lose the sea moth. There's a path here. Okay, so now I know where we are. Yes, so the first site is down here. And this is of course where the Degasi survivors built their first base. And speaking of the Degasi survivors, that new cinematic trailer for Subnautica is actually absolutely stunning. I just saw it today. So we see, oh, they used a multi-purpose room now. Of course, I also, oh dear, no. They're not really harmful, but again, in numbers, they can cause some real damage. Come here, you little... Yes, so it's basically just scratching us every time, but still, not good. No, come on. I'll scan you after you're dead. There's 3 of them. No. Did I get him? Yes, good. Alright, so let's just scan these before it gets dark. Alright, so it's a cave crawler. Real pest though. Let's scan the multi-purpose room. I really love this mechanic of the game. It's absolutely brilliant that we have to find these chunks and then scan them. And based on that we can then recreate them. Oh wow, that got dark really quickly. Oh well. Luckily I came prepared. So we'll put you on number 5. And oh dear, I need a power source of course. Maybe we'll get lucky and find a battery in here. So there's an exterior grow bed, so they were using these to produce food for them. And there's some real important things. The Chinese potato. So I'll take a sample of that, thank you. And a marble melon. I'll take a sample of that. There was a real problem with these a while back where no matter what I just could not get the seeds from it, but they fixed that luckily. Okay, is that the only thing they're growing here? Yes, there is a wild sample of the lantern fruit here. We can take that as well. Now the fish is probably bad. No, well, we're gonna lose some water from that, but I can still eat that. Then of course we can just eat some lantern fruit. Food and water. Fresh off the tree. Great. I do have to watch my health though. Those little fetchers did cause some damage. I'm using a Morrowind term there. Yes, a spotlight will be very important, given how dark things are for me. And there is something a bit strange. A purple tablet. Of course I want to scan this very weird looking thing. Take it. Now that is very clearly alien in origin. That is unmistakable. There's a wall planter. So we have the desk already. There's a PDA. I'll have a look at all of these once we get back to safety. There's nothing else in here. Luckily these bioluminescent plants are helping a great deal with the darkness. Otherwise I wouldn't see where I'm going. Is there anything down here? No, doesn't look like it. Nothing here. Just go down and have a look. It's another PDA. And what do you know? Well, this, I don't know if this is random. I sort of think that it is, because a lot of times I find water in here, but right now it's what we're looking for. Then of course I need the bulkhead. Although again this is one of those things I don't use very often, because every time you build something the door closes. But I like them still, you know, for a nice looking base. And another one. Now it's a real pity we can't skip the night here, because this seems like a nice place to take a break for a while. I think, did we now get everything? Okay, let's get the light out. There, that's so much better. And we do need water. Maybe if I can... inventory is full. Well, that's why I brought this. So right now I've got the bulbo tree sample and the Chinese potato and the marble melon seed. So these are all the essentials. I do need a sample of the lantern fruit as well. But of course I'm gonna eat one first. Then that's it for this one, I think. Let's continue. Now very clearly a very drastic thing happened to this base, and you can see here the whole landscape caved away and sort of buried the base, broke off big chunks of it and everything. This was a terrible disaster, but we can also see these things have been here a long time. I wonder if we ever established a real timeline for this, how long the Degassi survivors were here before the Aurora crashed. And it's day again. That is such a stunning sunrise. Okay, now we just need to get back to the path here. Okay, so now eeny, meeny, miny, moe, it doesn't matter which way we go. Let's take this one. Now just look at that. Absolutely stunning. You know, from this new trailer of the game, or cinematic intro thing, it almost looks like that base that Bart Torgal built after they came up from the depths. It was looking as if it was in the dunes. If you look closely to the sort of surroundings there, that's clearly not in the safe shallows, but I'm sort of intimating from that the Aurora crashed on top of it. Oh, I'm seeing something there that I'm probably not supposed to see. You see on the left there, you can clearly see there's something hidden back there. But yes, so I'm thinking the Aurora probably crashed on top of that base, which is why we've never found it before. Or maybe it's a new addition somewhere in the dunes. That would actually be interesting. Also, we saw the Leviathan in that cinematic, so that also suggests the dunes, but who knows. Alright, so we've got all of this. There's a bottle of disinfected water. What do you know? Actually, we don't need anything right now. Although, I'll take that water, just throw something out temporarily once we come back out. Okay, the observatory is the main thing I want here, as well as the indoor grow bed. I think this is the only place we get the indoor grow bed. Done. And please, this is also the only place where that fern plant grows, I think. So that makes it something to get, you know, something to have. Unfortunately I don't have the room for it. Well, essentially I can dump some of the seeds here. And they actually look like seeds now, instead of just these weird square boxes. Oh, that's so nice. They even roll like they would. So that gives 3. Okay, we'll take this bottle, and then well, it's not going to help drinking this one. I think the water just stays at 100. But anyway, doesn't go to waste. The grub basket, that I think does grow somewhere else on this island, or across the island, so that's not so important. But the fern is definitely something I want. The rest of it, like this weird plant, doesn't actually appear grabbable, so we can't take that. But I just want everything, you know, gotta catch them all. Okay, now the next one. Let's put the knife away. What a stunning game. Absolutely, this is one of the success tales from early access. It's so rare to find a developer like this that nurtures the game over years and years and years, and they're always so open about what they're doing, because you can go to their Trello site and see exactly what's on the menu. And there's my alarm going off. We'll just go towards this next space. And then, of course, they listen to feedback from the community and really actually care about the whole game and how it turns out. So that is very refreshing. So my hat's off to Unknown Worlds Entertainment. Now this is definitely the most precarious path, because if you fall here, it's definitely over. I should actually not be running. I'm still in the mindset that I'm just going to respawn somewhere, which is not going to happen. And there definitely is fall damage as far as I can remember from the last few patches. Don't you fall. Especially with flippers on. This is not a good idea. Nothing on the outside. Aha! Plant pots. Always good to get. I think these are the same though. Yes, the composite ones. No, don't need that, don't need that. There is one more piece. We've got all of the furniture here, so I'll just grab that. And then I'll wrap the episode off here. Unfortunately, I can't have a seat now because this thing is too close to the desk and I can't move it. But this is one very nice view here, so it's a nice way to end off. In the next episode we'll head back home and then we'll have a look at all of the PDAs and all of the various things that we scanned, and then take it from there. I think we should have a bit of a scout on the way back as well to see if there's anywhere else we can build a base. Now my thinking again is I don't want to wait until too far into the game to start building the big base where we have the moon pool and all of that, because obviously we could build it somewhere down in the deep reef, or maybe what's the other place, like it used to be the Kush biome and now it's what's it called, the bulb zone, somewhere like that. But for that we still need so many upgrades to the sea moth and all of that, so I think we should do it a bit sooner than that. We can build outposts in all those other biomes. So with that said, thank you for watching, and I hope you are enjoying the full release of this game. It's definitely been worth the wait. And yes, see you next time. Thank you for watching, comrades. Have a fantastic day as always.